Good morning and welcome to our Sunday Dharma. My name is Josie and it is a true honor to be here with all of you in this moment. I was made in El Salvador and imported to the United States 18 years ago. My journey on this beautiful planet has certainly been anything but dull. Along the way, I've experienced both humbling successes and meaningful failures as a mother, as a professional, and simply as a human being. However, one of the most fulfilling chapters of my life began on September 1st of this year, when I attended my first spiritual retreat here in this transformative space. It was with over 24 plus other seekers of truth, all of us exploring how we can understand who we truly are, how can we be healing, and how we can be more loving and compassionate, not just with one another, but with ourselves. These were the key insights I carried with me as the retreat came to a close. The universal and human teachings I am receiving through Won Buddhism have become my most cherished treasures, regardless of how they reach me, whether through online sessions, in-person gatherings, books, chants, or prayers. What makes this practice so sacred to me is that it is rooted in our shared quest for spiritual wisdom. I truly believe that without this community, I will not have made this progress and how I am on the path towards spiritual alignment with all of you. We all need each other. We all need our presence, our energy, our stories, just as much as this shared space as we do when we are practicing alone. I take great comfort in knowing that even when I meditate throughout the day by myself, there are others around the world doing the same thing at the same time. This thought brings me a sense of peace, joy, and genuine interconnection. As I continue to visit the temple and learn one verse at a time with my fellow spiritual students, I have come to understand that my moments of calmness and clarity are not permanent. Life continues to change, and nothing, not even the grounded and graceful experience that I feel, or the stillness or the turmoil, lasts forever. This truth is a gift. It keeps me grounded and grateful, while appreciating the challenges, as without them, I cannot experience calmness. It reminds me not to cling to anything, especially not my own judgments or expectations of myself and others. Everything transcends me, and in that truth, I have found my noble purpose: to inspire kindness, ease, and compassion, one warm smile at a time. I want to radiate the joy that I have found within myself, knowing that I can always take refuge in the infinite light of my true nature. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Now, please stand up behind your mat and welcome Kathleen, who will lead us in some guided movements to wake up our bodies and energy.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, friends at home. On this cold morning, we're going to just start by creating a little bit of energy in our bodies. So let's stand with our feet and legs right below your hips. And take a moment, look at your feet. They should look like the number 11, just parallel. And take a breath and sink a little bit into your knees. And bounce a little, just tiny bit, just to feel, oh, okay. I can bounce, I'm just pulsing up and down. Energy waking up. Nice and gentle. And kind of lean to one side a little bit. And to the other side. Relax your shoulders and arms. Your knees are holding you up, the rest is kind of floppy. Forward. And lean back, look up at the ceiling. And then come back looking forward. And you can just sort of gently twist from side to side. Let your hands flop. Shoulders flop. Beautiful. And then come back to center and still your body. Now take a moment and feel how the bottom of your feet connects to the floor. You can imagine roots growing down, holding you up. And just like a tree with roots, you can just slowly kind of move from side to side, back and front, just like a big pine tree in the wind. Those roots ground us. Come back to center. We're going to shift our weight to one leg so that the other is free. We're going to turn our toes under so the top of our foot is pushing down. And then move your wings back and forth. Feel a nice stretch. Place that foot down. Shift to the other side. Toes under. Nice stretch. Come back. Again, shift your weight to one side. The other foot, this time, the heel is down and toes are pointed up. We're going to rub our hands together. And then give that knee a nice massage. Nice and deep. Good. Okay. Remember to rub the back and side, not just the front. And then come up. Other side. Shift your weight. Heel down, toes up. Rub your hands. And rub your knee. Good morning. Okay. Beautiful. Now, let's move our feet a little bit farther apart. And again, we're going to sink just a little bit. We're not doing a ballet plie. We're just bend a little bit. And then with your torso nice and straight, we're going to just kind of glide to one side. And then the other. And as you glide, pay attention to what your body's doing. You want your head to kind of just be on the same line, not bouncing up and down. Beautiful. Okay. Now when you get to the other side, pause for a moment, and with your torso, turn toward that bent leg. Bring your torso down from the hips, and then all the way flat back across to the front, other side, and come up. Glide to the other side. Pause. Hips to knees, shoulders to knees. Come across the front. And come up. One more time on each side. Beautiful. All right, take a breath and sink back down. Let's do a little more gliding. And this time, let's raise our arms up. Our hands are facing the ceiling. And then turn one palm down, the other one the opposite direction. So you're like this, one's up, one's down. And then as you switch sides, let your hands go to the opposite direction. I feel like I'm in the ocean watching you. All right, let's bring our hands down. Let's bring our feet back together. Let's let our head just drop and then just shift to one side, not all the way around, just to one side and back in the other direction. Breathing in as you move, in and out. Beautiful. Let's bring our arms up. One hand is going to turn and push up. The other hand is going to turn and push down. Touching heaven and earth. Stretch. Hold your breath. Stretch, stretch. Release. Other side. Stretch. Release. And release. Breathing in and down. This time, let's bring our arms here. We're going to do bending from our hips, so a nice straight back. Bending down, straight, straight, straight. And as you release your back, let your arms rest in a nice, beautiful circle. Turn to one side. Bring that circle up and around, breathing in. And then breathing out and releasing. Same direction, one more time. The bottom, we're going to go in the other direction. From the bottom, just rest for a second. Just let yourself hang to whatever's comfortable. And then very slowly bend your knees. Bring your back up. Very slowly. Let your shoulders come up. Shoulders up to the ear. Release. One more time. Up. Bring your feet together. Breathe in, palms up. Down to heart center. Now, please stand behind your mat or chair. We're going to bow, offer 4 bows to Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the marvelous gift of nature and the universe. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to live in harmony and create mutual well-being.
Let us welcome our time and space. First, let's connect with our physical, bodily energy, taking a minute to make sure our sitting in a chair or mat is really comfortable. Checking on your pelvic floor or sitting bones, sitting surface between your mat or chair, between mat or your bottom of your sitting bones, or between your pelvic floor and your surface of a chair, and gently rock your body forward, backward, side to side, diagonal. So it kind of is a checking time that our body is more like comfortable, symmetric way rather than tilting to one way or the other. Very good. Now check your legs and knees comfortable. You do not want to press your feet with your bodily weight. It can be torturous later, so make sure your feet and toes are really comfortable. And equally distribute your weight between two sides of your knees. And now, let's connect with the settled energy of our back. Often we feel troubled with our back when it comes to sitting meditation, but there is a way that we don't have to suffer with the back pain. First, if you have a nice, stable, foundational ground with your pelvic floor, and imagine you stack your lumbar 4 and 5. It's like a trunk of the tree. And feel that sturdy, grounding energy with the lower back. And then above the lower back, kind of imagine your upper back feels very soft and light. You know, don't overarch your upper back or trying to give your idea like I'm supposed to sit up tall and really my back needs to be straight, and drop that idea. And almost you feel soft, very almost like a moving bamboo branch, and it can swing if needed. So above the lower back, it feels almost very gentle, comfortable, and your upper back feels connected with your heart and chest. Focus on your heart and chest energy, opening up little bit and little bit. Beautiful. Now bring your awareness to your tongue. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, while your tip of tongue is relaxed on your palate. Pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. That is a delightful sign of a cool energy ascending. Whenever there is any collected saliva in your mouth, like a jade pool, once in a while, swallow it. And when you hear your own swallowing sound, be delighted. Open your eyes, look straight ahead, then soften your eyelids, relax your eyelids. During meditation, some of you may feel some itching sensation from your face or body. That is actually also another good sign that Qi energy is flowing nicely as you are deeply settling in this present moment, rather than allowing yourself to be distracted or pursuing thoughts. The more you come back to your breath, you have this nice signs like saliva gathering in your mouth or little itching sensation somewhere in your body, don't scratch it because the Qi energy wants to continue to flow. Gently tuck in your chin and feel your ears aligned right above your shoulders. How nice we are sitting here pausing on December 14. This time is so special because every moment is impermanent as a fleeting moment. This time will never come back in my life. We will never sit like this together in this way. In this deep gratitude and awareness, we breathe. Breathe out, release any wandering thoughts. Breathe out and release any planning minds. All the things that we need to figure out can wait for 20 minutes. Together, we create enormous, wonderful, peaceful container by simply breathing, simply coming back to this very present moment, simply deeply be aware of your body, breath, and that awareness. How grateful we are to sit together, finding and soaking in the still point within. May we be fully present in this gift of meditation, deeply aware of our ever calm, ever alert spirit, inner calm, inner alert spirit. prayer chant Yeongju. Page 4. Let us read the meaning in English. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles into my being.
My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth.
전지 영기 아심정 만사요에 아심정 전지여와 영일체 아여 전지 동심정 전지영기 아심정 만사요의 아심정 전지여와 동일체 아여 전지동심정 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 전지영기 아심정 만사요의 아심정 전지여와 동일체 아여 전지동심정.
Palms together. Prayer for world peace. Grace of heaven and earth. Grace of parents. Grace of fellow beings. Grace of laws. O Dharmakaya Buddha fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts. Wanamida, Wanamida, Kanjari, Kanjari, Wanamida, Nesom Kil Danun Kot, Nevakil Mamunun Kot, Neum Svam Marachinun Kot, Ne Maun Hyang Hanun Kot Mada Urimodu Dahamge Urimodu Dahamge Sangbu Jeju Inyani Dwe Ajida.
I wish and pray sincerely and truly, where my hands touch the world, where my feet walk on the earth, where my voice echoes through the hills, and in all realms where my heart and mind reach, that we all together, share a true affinity for attaining great enlightenment and for helping all living beings.
Sutra chanting, page 9. Ilwan Song Vow.
Ilwan is the realm of samadhi, beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings and laws, the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings. Ilwan manifests as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence. Ilwan unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is viewed as impermanence. Ilwan unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies in the four forms of birth, which transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwan Song, the Dharmakaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of ill one and become one with the nature of ill one.
Hi, this is Kathy. I am here visiting the North Carolina Temple in Chapel Hill for the first time. I heard a lot about this temple. I heard about the very strong Sangha, and I've always wanted to come and visit. So I'm here helping the Kyominims, Reverend Won Gong and Reverend Sean. And I got here and I immediately felt the beautiful energy of the Sangha and the community. And I am so grateful to be here with all of you.
May I walk along the path of the Buddha. Wow. Where's it gonna end?
One thing I noticed being here at the Chapel Hill Temple was such manicured and care of all of the gardens and all of the meandering paths, and it's an intimacy that I really appreciate and sort of want to take back with me to the Won Dharma Center. So we have so many acres that is a very different energy, both beautiful, but it's lovely to experience this small, intimate kind of community work on this space.
This morning, we are happy and honored to introduce our good friend, Kathy Abayatunge Wanjion, who is visiting us all the way from the Won Dharma Center in upstate New York. Kathy is the first Wonmu, ordained Won Buddhist lay minister in the United States, and she is sharing her Dharma Talk, Home of the Grand Universe. Please put your hands together. Let's warmly welcome Kathy.
Good morning. Do you hear me okay? So thank you so much for the warm welcome. I feel so grateful to be here with you. I've really wanted to visit this community for a long time now, and especially after seeing the very moving video of your 20th year celebration. Congratulations. You all look so much more beautiful in person, I have to say. So I was asked today to share a little bit about my journey and how I got here. But to do that, I think I need to begin with a small confession about my practice. So every night, like many of you, before I go to sleep, I pray. However, over the last few years, This simple practice has begun to evolve in a surprisingly beautiful way. Now each night, I sit down, I bring my palms together, and I say, Master Sotasan, guess what? Guess what happened today? So this started out as a fun and light exercise, but it has really become a precious time. It's the time when I get to check in. I get to see how my practice went throughout the day and take an honest look at the functioning of my mind in each and every moment. So in Won Buddhism, this is important practice. This is mind-checking practice, and this is part of the way I do it. Little unusual, but. So sometimes with my talks with the master, I have really funny stories to share. I tell them about all my Dharma friends. Sometimes I have serious issues and I need guidance. And sometimes I'm too tired to say anything, but thank you. But always this practice has a practical application. It always connects the Dharma to my daily life, and somehow I always feel heard and supported. So a couple of weeks ago, during this nightly prayer, I said, Master Sotasan, guess what? Reverend Won Gong and Kathleen invited me to come to the North Carolina temple. And I said, oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. But the moment I said that, an image came very clearly to my mind. It was if I was sitting beside Master Sotasan, our founding teacher, as if his hand were my own. And I saw him, and I felt him draw the circle in the sand, the simple Il Song. And I started to cry, because this was a new view. It was a new perspective in my mind. So all the teaching, all the direction, and all that is our true nature, our oneness, that Il Song, or one circle image represents, was just this, in that moment, in all moments. So the multitude of things. So the multitude of things, but one suchness. So this is a story from our scriptures, and you may know it, but I'm going to share it with you. So long ago, Master Sotasan was walking with two disciples near the temple. And they walked and they saw these big old pine trees. And one of the disciples, Song Kwang, he said, oh, how I wish, these are so splendid. I wish that I could transplant them and bring them to our temple. And Master Sotasan looked at him and he replied, why can't you transcend your narrow-mindedness and limited scope? Our temple has not left these old pine trees, and these old pine trees have not left our temple. They are both within our boundaries. What is the point of transplanting them? You say this because you have not yet discovered the original home of the grand universe by transcending discrimination and the gaps between things. And Song Kwang asked, what sort of place is the original home of the grand universe? I think many of us would have asked. Master Sotasan then traced a circle, the Il Song on the ground, and he said, this This is the original home of the grand universe. Within it are included, without exception, infinite arcane principles, infinite treasures, and infinite creative transformation. When asked how to enter this home, original home, Soto-san replied, one may enter by acquiring the three great powers, and that key is forged through belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. He's talking about our threefold practice: spiritual cultivation, inquiry into human affairs and universal principles, and choice and action. But to do that through belief, through faith, having faith and passion, with zeal, curiosity, having a questioning mind, and with deep sincerity, with consistent dedication. So, when I experienced this moment of Master Soto-san drawing this Ilwon song, I saw my whole existence. I saw each grain of earth, each grain of sand or dirt, a choice I had made. Each breath I breathe. The seasons, the cells in their formation, the universe. So the functioning of cause and effect, an unending, ever-changing cycle, interconnected and at its essence, complete, limitless, and unchanging. So the original home of the grand universe. How grateful I am for this grace. So you know I'm at the Won Dharma Center. And being there, I learned the significance of this historical moment. When Master Soto-san drew this Ilwon song on the earth. And I also learned the simultaneous present moment of drawing the Ilwon song right here and now. Some of you may have been to the Won Dharma Center, but some of you haven't. So I'll let you know a little bit about it before I go on. So the Won Dharma Center is the home of Venerable Juksanim, the head Dharma master of Won Buddhism USA and South America. This is headquarters. And there are 13 other Kyomonims also in residence there. We have 3 departments. So there's the headquarters of Won Buddhism USA, there is the head Dharma master's office, and then there's the temple and retreat center. And being there consistently throughout the week with all of the Kyomonims and the head Dharma master, I have the opportunity to watch and listen to their practice at rest and in action. I watch the subtleties of how their sincerity refines their wisdom year after year. I watch how they handle difficult moments and moments of joy and moments of exhaustion. Day after day of this precious teaching. And I got there, it's been about 11 years now. I got there. So the first day that I got there, I walked through the doors, and it was an open house. So I wasn't looking for anything in particular, but I got there, and I saw the Ilwon song hanging on the back of the altar. And immediately I heard in my right ear one word: home. And just like that, I was home. And some of you, you might know, how many of you know that feeling? If you walked in here and felt that home, right? I see nodding heads, right? Yeah. But this is a call, right? It's a call home. And it's an invitation to respond. So I had to choose to answer that call, not just that one first day, but over and over again. And it was slow steps. And we have to be honest with our practice, right? My journey here wasn't just roses. I was stubborn. I was resistant to many, many things in my practice. I was impossible. You could ask my ministers at the Won Dharma Center. Reverend Yu, I'll tell you. So I had to wrestle often with my judgments and my resistance, all the sensory conditions that came up in my mind. But thankfully, when I learned to let go and trust, most importantly, when I learned to trust my teachers and trust the Dharma vein, that Dharma pulse, I found the path to practice. So, and it is this way home. And I'm here, so gratefully here. I'm surrounded by all of you. And it reminds me of the effects of doing that. It was all worth it. So this also affected my family and my children, my husband. And my oldest son is now also in Korea, and he's 18 and he's studying. He wants to be a Kyomunim as well. So both my boys have been, because they were raised by this practice and this community, not only my husband and I, but all of us, all of the Kyomunims, Reverend Ji-sun, and it's guided them to be the remarkable young men they are today. But there's something a little bit more here I want to add. And this is the heart. I believe this is the heart of my talk today and my journey and what I learned and what I think we all learn continuously through this practice is a simple kind of freedom. And that freedom comes from recognizing our own ignorance. Little by little, I learn what Master Sotasan said, to transcend my narrow-mindedness and limited scope. And if you ask me, there is no greater gift or joy when I am able to notice how tightly I hold on to my fixed opinions, or when I'm unable to see the whole of a situation or the full humanity of another person, right? Did you feel that freedom when you notice that? And it's in these moments when I begin to notice my ignorance even a little bit, that something shifts, that my compassion arises naturally, that there's no need to judge, there's no separation, there's no need to complain. And for all of us, this is the moment when Master Sotasan's hand becomes our own. And we realize that we are drawing our Ilwansang. That this drawing that we do with every choice we make and his drawing are one in the same truth. These old pine trees have never left our temple, and our temple has never left these old pine trees. This place is not separate from the place I came from. Your practice is not separate from mine. We share one circle, one home, one Dharma. Thank you for welcoming me. Through our practice, we answer this call to come home, and we return again and again to the circle drawn no longer in the sand, but alive in this moment. And I'd like to end my talk today, if you would, with a prayer. If we could bring our palms together. May our belief be whole and unwavering. May our zeal for practice be steadfast. May our questions arise from a mind of respect and awe. And may we remain dedicated to our practice in each and every moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, for your wonderful talk about your Dharma journey. And I hope that you feel that your home has expanded and that we are all your your brothers and sisters and aunts, uncles, grandmas. And I love the story of the pine trees, you know, and the oneness of the universe. I think that is like one of my favorite teachings. And I think like if we could teach everybody, you know, from the day they're born until the day they pass, that we are one, like we're the same people. This is the earth is all our same home, and like drop all our ego where, you know, it's like you and me, itself, other and mine and stuff like that. I just imagine that would be like kind of the world that Master Satasan was envisioning for us, where we're all just, we love each other and we take care of each other and we take care of the earth. So that's my dream, my prayer every night, is that we realize that oneness. Okay, so let's take a moment to pause and reflect on Kathy's talk. So if you can close your eyes or keep them open and just think. Okay, now in your journal that you were told to bring today, or on a piece of paper, Rebecca's passing out, please share your reflections on meditation, your spiritual journey, insights, or any inspirations from Kathy's talk. Friends at home, you're welcome to do the same thing in your journal or post your reflections in the live chat. We really appreciate learning about your thoughts, questions, and takeaways. You can write your reflections in your mind note if you don't have a paper or journal. Thank you all for your practice today. I want to just show this beautiful presentation of Total Prayer Bracelet. Kathy helped us to present like this little card, and it says, the Total symbolizes longevity, steady progress, and wisdom. So we have a new, the cute items in our gift shop. Thank you, Kathy, for that lovely idea. Gina, is it okay if I introduce you a little bit about, would you feel comfortable? Just, you can stay right there.
Yeah, I just want to invite you all to collect your hearts for Gina, who's going through a big transition. Gina's beloved husband, Alan. Actually, Alan used to come to our temple. He passed away 49 days ago. Tomorrow is our last deliverance honoring service. So please put your hands on your heart for a moment with the energy, loving support for Gina, who dedicated her 49 days journey for the complete transformation, liberation, and freedom for her beloved husband. May Ellen be at rest at complete peace and freedom. May Gina feel this community, love and support. Thank you. Now, Caitlin, can I introduce just briefly about your friend too? Also, tomorrow is another 49th day for a very special friend. I never met this friend. His name's Joseph, Caitlin's husband, and I said friend. I mean, Caitlin's very special dear friend, who sadly died at the age of 45, and tomorrow is the last honoring service. So please join palms together and right on your heart center. And this time in your heart, embrace Joseph, his soul, spirit, to be free, to be free. Thank you all.
Thank you all for practicing with us today. I feel very grateful and inspired. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Adam, and I'm very happy to be back on my winter break, and I'm very grateful to be able to practice with you all this morning. Every day, 365 days a year, regardless of all weather and holidays, we welcome you to our early morning meditation at 6:30 a.m. It's a beautiful way to begin each day.
This afternoon at 4 p.m., you're invited to join a Sunday afternoon meditation at the Raleigh Temple. This program includes meditation and a Q&A on the topic karma. What is karma? How does karma relate to our practice? All are welcome to our Raleigh Temple.
Our Dharma Talks are just a click away on our podcast. Good news. Every week, a new Throwback Thursday Dharma TBT episode is uploaded, bringing timeless talks back to life, 1 week at a time.
Our half-day winter solstice retreat is next Saturday and has a few spots available. This is the only retreat that's being held solely online for the entire year, so it's a good opportunity, especially for our friends who can only join us online.
Our year-end letting go ceremony will be on Wednesday, December 31st at 4 and 7:30 p.m. These sessions fill up quickly, so please sign up on our website as soon as possible. And after closing the year with our year-end letting go ceremony, we invite you to welcome the very first day of our new year together. This is an important annual tradition in Won Buddhism. On January 1st at 11 a.m., please join us to celebrate the new year with the head Dharma Master's message and to renew our intentions and hopes.
As the year comes to a close, we pause with deep gratitude for you, your presence, your practice, your support.
through meditation, volunteering, or generosity. That all sustains our community. As we look ahead, we warmly invite you to consider a year-end donation to support our work. All offerings, in any amount, help to keep our Dharma accessible to this community. With heartfelt thanks to our sustainers and all who support us. Thank you.
Page 13, Morning Prayer Song. Dhammakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dhammakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dhammakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. Let us raise arms up high. Hello to sky. And turn towards our little camera. Hello, waving our hands to our online friends who joined us. See you next week.